Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of season 2 of Inside the Polls. I'm your host, Danny Tanga, alongside Michael Braun, Matt Amori, and John Cyril. We're here for another episode. What's going on, guys?
Boys? Nothing.
The boys are back for
Yep.
episode 3. Episode 3, 3 episodes already.
Yes,
Time's
sir.
flying when you have fun, you know?
Yeah.
Time flies by when you are having some serious fun. We got much to talk about today. We had some. Well, we're not gonna do this again on my phone. Right?
Just like last week.
Yeah. All right. So we got a lot. So we have where we're gonna start is the KBO today. Some huge news last night. Yo, Aaron Altair.
Watch.
For 4 with a 3-run bomb.
Dude, he's raking, bro. They're nasty.
He had 4 hits in the entire 2019 season. 4 hits. He had 3 last night.
3 hits last night? And a
3
home
hits
run?
last night, bro. 3 for 4 last night.
Bro, they're 12-2. They're like, no one's even close to them right now.
Nah, the Dinos are killing it.
Dude,
So,
I've been watching it. It's all right.
He's on the Dinos, right?
Yeah.
He's leading the Dinos.
The promised land.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. So since the last time we spoke, we have some good news. Me and my former roommate, John Cirillo, we graduated college this weekend. Kind of. Not as expected, but we finished our undergrad. Wasn't really the way we wanted it to go down for anyone. High school, college, 8th grade, whatever it may be. Sucks, but we accomplished something, and
shout out class of 20.
Shout out class 2020. We're all with you.
Everyone, heads high. Achievement.
Keep your heads high and enjoy the show.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna talk about what Bregman and his agency today, and then Aaliyah, what's going on with the MLB, Matt? Fill us in.
So, in breaking news yesterday, Alex Bregman has decided to leave his agency because his agency is Clutch Sports, and it's LeBron James's. Rich, is it? It's I think it's LeBron James's.
Paul and
LeBron James, and LeBron's other thing, Uninterrupted, I'm pretty sure it's called.
Yeah.
Is doing a
docu-series
on the Astros sign stealing. So once Bregman got wind of that, he
he doesn't want to get embarrassed.
Yeah. I think it's cool because LeBron was one of the first athletes to come out and say that he would be like very, very mad if he found out that was going on in the sport that he was playing. And especially if it costs other teams championships and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool that him and Rich Paul are going to go make this docuseries, get into it.
It's pretty sick.
I think it's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty dope.
Do you
I just want to
think
make one thing.
New information about it from the documentary?
You never know.
Depends who is behind the scenes producing the documentary.
Yeah.
Maybe they have other information.
Maybe not necessarily.
You already know none of the Astro players are going to want any part of it.
No, maybe
Fires.
Mike, maybe not new information, maybe like extended content, like might have like known like a little something, but they might like go more into it.
Like little behind the scenes stories from maybe Fires and maybe a couple of other players that aren't on the team
I bet
anymore.
some former guys will get into it.
Yeah, I bet you like former guys will talk on it. I
don't think any of the players hint any
if you're offering low level low paid Major League Baseball players like Jake Marisnick, like hey, we'll give you $1 million if you come on our documentary. They're probably gonna go.
I was just gonna say that if they throw a couple $100,000 to a player to say, since it's all out there, might as well just come on and speak about it, make some money on it.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
Get like every name brand player from every sport to come on and talk about and have them shit on the Astros.
I would love to see that. Like just them all like shit on.
There's definitely gonna be other players from other teams coming on there to speak about it.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of Yankees on it, or like a big Yankee name like Judge or someone like that.
I don't think Judge would do
I don't
it.
think Judge would do it.
I think you know who I would think would do it from the Yankees that was on that team? Probably maybe CC.
Oh yeah, 100.
CC would 100% do it.
So yeah,
he'll rip him.
Yeah,
that would be fucking hilarious.
I don't blame him. He's
like one of the best people to do it.
He's not a Major League Baseball player anymore, so like he can go out and he can say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
you know what's scary? John Boy's probably gonna be on it too.
Yeah, he's the man.
That's basically where it started, no?
Yeah, he has to be, no?
Well,
maybe he won't be. If he's not on it, he'll definitely, his content will just be
1,000% gonna be on it.
He's gonna blow up 4 times what he is now if he's on a LeBron produced thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
He's pretty well.
Can we make one thing clear here? This podcast is not a LeBron James podcast. I don't like him. Just wanted to put that out there, just for all the viewers to know.
Girl's pissed.
I love LeBron.
Oh, you love LeBron? I don't think we can do this podcast again anymore. I'll see you guys later.
We're ready here officially. We're breaking up.
But breaking up?
Are we?
No.
Oh no! Oh, you said we're breaking up the crew.
Yeah, like the band's breaking up. Not like we're not. Connection's good. Connection's good.
For now.
Yeah. All right. So.
Is there one more thing I wanted to talk about before we got into the main topic? No, if it comes back to me, I'll go. Start with the other topic.
Go ahead, Tanga.
I'll start.
Yeah.
Well, Blake Snell came out with a video about, what was that, like last week? And
yeah, I think it was on his gaming stream, right? Yeah.
He's a big Twitch streamer nowadays.
Players League champion.
Sports. Oh yeah, okay, and that too. Yeah, and he came out saying how he doesn't want to take a pay cut or split revenue 50-50 with the MLB. He said that they want him to split 50-50, and then he said something about him taking like another 33% hit on that 50%. Then he said that his math was a little off. He said so that's like 25%, which it's not. But so he's one of the first players to come out saying, no, I'm not going to play with a pay cut. Mm-hmm. There's definitely other players that believe that. And then there's some other players that probably like, if we play half a season, I'll take half salary because I know these teams are losing millions of dollars per game or whatever from not having any fans in the stands and whatnot. But they say they don't care because if you look at it like this, if you have a regular job, some regular jobs now paid by salary. If you're not working now, you're still gonna get your full salary. They ain't really cutting pay. Mm-hmm. So why should they cut pay from the MLB?
People are making more on unemployment right now than they do when they were working.
Hell yeah.
So I'm hearing unemployment's paying very well.
I think the whole situation is, I think a lot of players feel this way. They just haven't said it, like you said, Matt. But his point saying that like he's risking his life, I thought was like a little OD. Not gonna lie. Because obviously they're gonna have like crazy safety protocols and everything, but like that's me saying it. I don't know how these players feel. They're the ones that are gonna have to be at risk. But him, like I get everyone's argument saying like you're doing it for the love of the game, like you take the pay cut, but like the money that they're trying to take from these players, like wouldn't it make more sense? I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like it would make more sense for the millionaire owners who own these teams to take less money than the players. What do you guys think?
I think they're gonna end up. I think they're gonna end up taking the loss of owners, but they will get the money back somehow, some way down the road, with maybe like with the off season next year, not go out and spend big bucks next year in the off season. They get some money back like that. Or in all different types of way, you know.
Like how I feel right now is like if the owners are really trying to prioritize just getting the season played and actually having baseball and giving the fans something to watch, then wouldn't it make more sense for the owners to take the pay cut than the players because they're just trying to get all the players to go out there?
It would make sense, but there are some owners, like the New York Mets owners, that just physically.
I get it's a business and everything, but like.
Like I got an example for you. Like today, I found out that SNY, which is owned by the Mets, cut 20 of their on-air employees today. Like stop paying them. Yeah, cut 20 and like I'm not talking like camera guys. Like I'm talking like I don't know
actual people holding the mics.
The host of Loudmouths, the guy John Hahn, he got they let him go. The Wheelhouse or some show like that. They let all like 5 of them go. They let like a bunch of on air like hosts go.
Yeah. So, a lot of companies are gonna do that.
Yeah.
And they have to save money if they really don't need these people now.
Yeah.
But I was reading something today too. There's some players in the MLB that have underlying health conditions. For example, this guy David Dahl came and he went and spoke to pretty sure Ken Rosenthal, and he said that he had his spleen removed in 2015, and he said that it's scary for him to go out there and play and risk his life basically because that's serious. He said that he said his immune system's really low, you know?
I get it from people like that have underlying issues. Mike, what do you want to say?
All right, I have a lot to say on this. First of all, I watch the Michael K show a lot. I listen to him almost every day. You guys should listen to him. Anybody who doesn't, you guys should. There's a lot of information on there. He said the thing with David Dahl, there's like, this might be exaggerating, but I don't remember the exact number. There were maybe close to like 9 or 10 Rockies who have underlying conditions who all are scared, but they have all agreed to play. They said that they would play.
Wow.
So going back to the beginning of this, the only former player to like first speak out about this was Adam Jones. Adam Jones tweeted, "It's time for the big guys in MLB to speak up. This is your time to speak. Stop holding your tongue. People follow and listen to you. Not going to name because there's a lot of people. Who cares what you make? You earned it. Who cares about backlash? Time to speak the F up." That's what he said on Twitter. Now, the biggest problem with the players getting this whole 50% is that I'm sure that they would do it just to play the game of baseball and like, okay, they made X amount of money. But they're also relying on the owners to give all the information up front. And their biggest reason to not accepting in this is because they don't trust the owners giving them all access to X amount of dollars that they make.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They don't trust the owners because, what's his name? Manfred's a douche. You know, that's just like he puts out a bad like example.
Yeah,
of,
you
like,
guys
how to run.
Kind of related, kind of not related. You see Bryce Harper's idea for the season?
Dumb.
No.
Stupid.
Kind of crazy.
Could you pull it up and read what he wanted?
It's for our fan base.
Right now, one second.
This I remember one thing, and he wants to do like a little round robin playoff type shit.
Yeah,
and I said, don't bother playing.
Beyond the health and safety, which comes first, just an idea I've been thinking about. East-West, like the NBA. July, 31 days. August, 31 days. September, 30 days. October, 31 days. November, 15 days. 135 games. Off day every 2 weeks on a Monday and Sunday. Then double headers on the Sundays for 7 innings. 30 players, 6-man rotation. Save the arms. Infield pitchers wanted this. If not, no big deal. DH and any other ideas possible. Playoffs. This is where it gets crazy. 2-week World Series like the Super Bowl. 10-team round robin college World Series kind of style. So for anyone that watches college World Series, you know how that is, double elimination. That he recommended the Texas Stadium or whichever stadiums are the best. 3-game series.
Station's good.
You win the World Series. You win the series, you move on. You lose, you play the other loser in the first 1-game wild card. So like double elimination kind of thing. Winner of that moves on, other team out. Or you could play it in Vegas, so you guys have the strip hotels and could use one hotel for all guys and contain possibly. 2 teams left, 7-game World Series. They get 2 days off before the series. With those 2 days, you do an all-star game and home run derby and could do all MLB awards at that time as well. That's his suggestion. And then he finished it by saying, then you back up the next 2 seasons. So May, like the 2021 season, you'd start in May 1st, and then in 2022 you'd start April 1st, and then you go back to normal.
One word. I think it's so stupid. I think that he came up with something better. Why? What's the point of squeezing in 130 games when you can just do 85 regular games?
That's a lot of games.
If they go and do, I'm playing 7-inning game doubleheaders, I'm gonna end up watching, but I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
I
we brought up that point a couple times.
Stupid.
How if the game was shortened, we were gonna. No one would be that interested. You'd rather not watch it. We've said that, I think, on earlier episodes.
I thought he was a smart guy, Bryce Harper. That was just not right at all for him to say that, to be honest with you.
But
definitely not intelligent.
I see all these things about New York and LA both gave permission for leagues to, like, if they're gonna do the leagues.
Nice. Very good.
So that's big because we were talking about that last episode about what LA would do because of the lockdown.
We were talking about that Saturday. Between us, we were talking about like the plan, what we think Cuomo and LA was gonna do.
But the thing I'm seeing is like a ton of these other leagues are suggesting like you have it at one site, the whole thing, because like the NBA came out yesterday and said they want to do it like something in Disney, I think it was.
The players in Disney.
Yeah, and like that's the only thing that's different with the MLB is it seems like they're gonna try to like do it at individual stadiums.
Yeah, which.
Because in Disney they have a bunch of places to play.
Yeah.
Sure. And they have a lot of hotels.
Yeah,
Supposedly Disney started on revamping the hotels for the players to make them into like more of apartments for them to live in for the next. Because if their plan is to like jump right into the playoffs or maybe play like 15 games, finish the season possibly, and jump into the playoffs, and that could take up to 3 months to do.
They're trying to get that in like bad.
Has there been any word from the NHL yet, or is
it... No, I saw something. It said that they haven't made any announcements.
I seen something. Mike, you go. You know more than me.
They're gonna do the top 24 teams and do a playoff bracket from there. I believe. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. That's why I said
Rangers in, right? That's sick.
Rangers in. Rangers are in.
That's huge.
That would be sick.
LGR.
Tango, if you were a player, would you take the 50% pay cut?
For the 82 games, so half a year.
Yeah, half a year. What kind of player am I? Am I like a thief?
You're a player that makes $10 million a year.
10?
You make millions of dollars. What's it matter?
You're Bronco Boomer. You're the best player in the organization.
All right. For those who don't know who Bronco Boomer is, Bronco
Boomer. I
have
no clue.
262 home runs and 473 RBIs and hit 967 in the course of one AAA season.
Yep.
Is that your my player on
MLB show? Yeah. MLB 16 the show.
Yeah, Bronco.
If I was Bronco Boomer, I would not be taking any pay cuts whatsoever.
What do you think his salary would be?
Well, he's already like the best player of all time.
Probably making like $75 million a year.
How much?
$75 million a year.
$75 million a year. That would be sick. No, but serious. Would you take a pay cut? I personally, depending on how much I love the game, and if I'm stable enough to be able to take that pay cut, I would. But maybe if I'm in the player's shoes and I'm realizing like, why should we take the pay cut? We're not even making as close to as much as the owners are making.
Exactly, and I would also look in the direction of which way the players' union is leaning, what everyone else is fill out the room, what everyone else is thinking of doing, and I'd probably, obviously I would make my own decision, but I'd obviously lean on like other people's opinions too. But I don't honestly, like I said, it depends of like where I am like financially as a player, because like some of these players, but I don't think I would honestly. I don't think I would take
a point that I think is going off like where the players are at is like a lot of these players could be in like a contract year where they go into free agency the next year, and God forbid they get hurt during this shortened season. They could ruin their contract. They could ruin their next season. Like a pitcher goes out there, does this 82-game season, tears his UCL. He's got to get Tommy Johnny's out for the next 2 years for playing a shortened season on half money. So that's what that's what I feel like a lot of these, like, I feel like a lot more pitchers would be opposed to this.
You're doing half the work though.
Do you think
Yeah.
the players union and the owners will actually come to an agreement, or do you like?
Yes, I think
I think they're gonna figure something out.
Going back to your point, if you think about it, if they were playing a full season, they would have tore it regardless. It was going to happen.
Yeah, but he's saying just making half money.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have been making full money. Would have happened too.
I think the owners need them to play something.
Yeah.
I think they will cave, but I think they will end up getting the money back in the future.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the other thing you have to look at is that some of these contracts, the way they sign these contracts is you have to see what year they're in of their contract and see how much money is hitting that year. Because certain people, like Albert Pujols, for example, he's going to be getting paid from the Angels when he's retired, like a Bobby Bonilla situation, you know? So maybe this year it's coming up on some players like Max Year that they're going to get a really good paycheck, and, you know, maybe they're not going to receive all of it.
So the MLBPA went back to the MLB today because the MLB sent them something a couple of days ago with like what they could do for health and shit for everybody, and they said like what are they gonna do for players that have high risk? They asked the MLB what they gonna do for that. They said are they gonna have in stadium medical personnel. There's a lot of shit that they want to know, but it's gonna come in a lot. It was 67 pages. Like that's a fucking lot. That's like a shit ton. So a lot of people saying like, I don't know if they're gonna play, and then a lot of people saying they're definitely gonna play, and they switch from one day to the other. Like, oh, now I definitely don't think they're gonna play, and the other person flips back, you know. So like, nobody really knows. The only people that know is the owners and some of the players. That's it.
Yeah.
And
from last week, we haven't really got much more information, honestly. We haven't really gotten much.
I seen something about tomorrow. That there's going to be something's going to go down tomorrow, on Friday.
Maybe.
That's what I heard. I seen it. I don't know how true it is. They said something's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be like the official proposal for like what they can do for the season. But that's what they said. Well, one thing I wanted to say. What happened?
I said I know Blake Snell had his like little BS interview, and he was like, I guess, the most recent person to speak on it. But another person that made a really, really big Twitter thread was Sean Doolittle. Did you guys see it or hear about it?
I didn't see anything about Sean Doolittle.
I'm not even kidding. It's maybe over like 10 tweets, max words in there, and he's just going off basically saying, you know what Blake Snell said.
Yeah.
He's risking his life. Like, how are we gonna go play? And you know, we're gonna have everybody in the same stadium, indoor. Like apparently, like indoors. If you're indoors with a crowd of people, you're increased by like 30% or whatever. And then he's like, oh well, if we're gonna do the season, then umpires got to get tested, and all the people in the clubhouse have to get tested. Then the bus drivers, the pilots, the flight attendants, the people in the hotels. Like he just went on a big rant. But then to be fair, like everybody's dealing with this. It's not just people playing baseball. Like everybody worked like whatever.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's very hard for them to do this, but I feel like they're just gonna force it. Everybody wants them to start. All government officials are pushing them to start.
The players are most of the players are very unsatisfied right now, and they want, the two sides are having trouble finding an agreement. So they just got to keep working at it, and hopefully, for us the fans, hopefully they can reach some kind of agreement, and we can get this thing underway, because here we are. It's May Today's May 21st, and we still have yet to see a baseball game. Like, it's insane. But I mean, obviously, it's not. Obviously, there's circumstances for the reason why we haven't seen a baseball game, and they're pretty significant. But like, if there's a way to play baseball, then the two sides have to come together.
They're saying that we all thought the pandemic was going to stop us from watching baseball. Now they're saying that that's not even a problem. It's still a problem, but they said them not being able to agree on money is going to be a bigger of a problem.
Yeah.
It's going to be embarrassing when other sports start up and baseball's still bitching about millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a huge deciding. That's going to be a huge, like, come on.
But the difference with all the other sports is, like, they're going into where they're about to make all their revenue. The playoffs is, like, huge. Like, regardless if there's fans or not, like, I mean, speaking for myself, like, if there's a playoff game and LeBron's playing, I'm watching it, like, no matter what. Like.
Yeah. I read something funny the other day that some players that aren't in the league anymore but still have contracts with the MLB, whatever teams, like for example Prince Fielder, still in his contract, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
His one more year, the Rangers owe him $25 million, and he might be one of the highest paid players in MLB this year, and he's not going to play a game. And there was another guy on the Mariners that he's owed 22. They cut him last year, and he's going to get paid all his money. So that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just a screwed up situation that with this whole thing going on right now, and they're having, it's going to be a little while before the two sides can come to an agreement.
Yeah, and hopefully by the time we do this again, there's an answer.
I think it's gonna be sooner rather than later.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
More players they're probably getting into contact with more and more players by the day, obviously, and more teams. So I think that we're closer than further away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could just be hope, but that's what I believe. I think we might see baseball in July, and that's not that far away if you really think about it.
No, it's only 5 months.
We're almost in the last week of May.
Yeah.
It's shit's flying by, bro.
Memorial Day weekend.
This shit's flying by, bro. It's crazy.
What's today's date? What's today's date? March 81st?
It feels like that. It's flying by though. Did you guys see Carlos Correa said he thinks he can fight in the MMA and UFC?
Yeah.
I would pay millions to get in that ring with that.
I wonder how much that jerk off weighs.
He says he thinks he could he's like the one person in MLB that could fight in UFC.
He's always I always like
Sure, I'd love to see your boy knock him out.
McGregor?
Yeah.
McGregor would dust him.
McGregor too. Me and Civil can't be good friends, I don't think.
He likes to pat.
He loves I don't care about that. I like Tom Brady too. Oh wait, Tom Brady's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah,
no, but he loves the whatever his fucking name is, LeBron and McGregor, and I hate both of them. So I don't know if we could do that anymore. But anyway.
All right.
Yeah, I would pay a lot for McGregor, not McGregor I would pay a lot to watch anybody knock out Carlos Correa. I would be a big McGregor fan that day.
Yo, Matt, you're walking down Tremont Avenue one day. You see on your you're allowed to hit one person. One person. You got Jared Carabas on your left side, and you got Correa on your right side. Who you snuffing?
Correa, it's easy. Correa. I like Jared. I don't like it when he trolls the Yankees because it gets me really angry. Yeah, I like him. He's a good follow on Twitter.
He is.
I have him blocked.
Really? He got you like that? See, you let him win.
Yeah.
You let him win.
He knows his stuff, though.
And I also started blocking starting 9 because it's getting a little out of hand.
You know who has me blocked on Twitter and it still pisses me off to this day? Zach Wheeler, and I don't understand. He has me blocked on Twitter. It's the most aggravating thing ever.
Did you tweet anything at him?
Because so it was like Zach Wheeler didn't pitch for like 2 years. This is the last thing we're gonna wrap this up. Zach Wheeler didn't pitch for like 2 years, right? He didn't pitch for 15 and 16. Mm-hmm. So like it's like the middle, like it's like the summer of 2016. Like he posted a picture with him and his girl on a beach or whatever. So like I commented on the picture on Twitter. I said like, dude, stop being a fucking loser. I was like, get back on a baseball field. Like I was like, what are you doing? And like he responded to me, like he said something, and then he responded to me and then he blocked me like right after the last thing I saw was a message when I went to reply it wouldn't.
How do you know who blocked you or not?
Because I clicked on his profile and it said like user on the bell, something like that.
There's nothing that can tell you like that they blocked or anything.
Nah, Instagram find out, but for you,
Yeah, but Mike, you can't let those people get to you like that on Twitter, bro. You let them win. That's what you did. You let Jared win. He got in your head. Like he gets in my head too, but I push draw, I reply back, and get at him and shit.
That's what I can't do. I can't reply back.
Jared Crobbins, if you are somehow listening or watching this show, we want you to come on. Let's be for Mike.
And since we're talking about the Barstool guys, I feel like Hubs give us a bad name, Yankee fans. Anybody else think that?
Yeah,
Every Yankee fan.
I used to like him, and now I don't like him.
He's
more
an
than
idiot.
I don't. Yeah.
Well, it's really funny. Like when Karavis shits on Hubs, like it's hilarious. Like not shitting on Hubs as a fan, just like everything Hubs does to the person. Like those when they go at it, it's so funny. It's so funny when those two go at it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep.
But all right. Sounds like
I wish we had a little more
not much
info to talk about for you guys, but we don't obviously because
we don't
one topic to talk about for every single fucking week.
We will be back.
Yep.
Coming next week, we will be back. Probably we'll drop an episode on Tuesday. I'm thinking Tuesday or Wednesday. With we have a few ideas what we want to do for next show. Gonna have a little more content. We're all excited. So.
And if you guys have any ideas for us or have any topics for us that you want us to speak on,
slide DMs.
Do that. Oh, I wanted to speak on one. I wanted to speak on it last week. I forgot. Why doesn't the SNELL Puig have a job on the team?
Bring
him to the Yankees.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That's like a really good question for
next week.
The next episode of Inside the Bowl. So for Danny Tenga, Michael Braun, John Cirillo, and Matt Amore, I'm once again me, Danny Tenga. Stay classy, San Diego.
Peace out, boys.